Alright, so we're doing a second one of these VOD review type deals. Just because this game, I had no idea. Because three of these little quirky cards, Kyonshiototo, Kyonshimoto, and Kyonshiani, I have never actually played against two of these. Well, I know I played against them all, but I've never played them like the trio. And the trio with Momo is really interesting because the revives that Momo has with the revives they have makes it really weird. Like they are always alive and they're always a problem. It's also very early game oriented because, as you can see, all three of these cards are really like they have really high base stats, but their effects all give them debuffs, which essentially make it so that you can't just steamroll the early game and win. Like Kyonshio Toto is a very defensive card, but he has 9 base health. But he gets weak or vulnerable, whatever the status effect is called, whenever he takes damage. So like the more you hit him, the more damage he takes. Which, is a nice balance to the 9 HP. Kyonshimoto, she's a base 3/6, and she can summon Tomato very frequently. But it does cost an extra orb when she attacks or when she plays a combat card. So you have to use 2 orbs to use her effectively. And Kyonshiani, when he assaults or uses a combat card, you attach Slow-Witted, which basically just stuns him for 2 turns. So he can't play cards or he can't attack for 2 turns. However, at the end of those 2 turns, he gets a free attack that doesn't cost anything. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, but it's a very sharp double-edged sword. So I'm here with my usual deck. Sakura, Oitsuki, Onikiri, and Musubi. It's basically, as I said in the last video, it's basically about funneling Onikiri into the late game, trying to get Ringing Blade and some evolves on him, so that I can get like all 3 mustache slashes every turn, and try to control the board that way. It's a very late game oriented deck. Half the time what ends up happening is that I end up not actually making it there, and I just end up playing Whirling Dance, I think that's what the card's called, on Sakura, and just wiping their entire board with that, and just keeping them dead for the rest of the game. And before they forfeit, usually, because most people tend to forfeit when their entire board is dead. But anyway, yeah. So she summons Tomato immediately, and I'm thinking, there's no way I have enough regen to last through this. And in all accounts, I really shouldn't. My opening hand was kind of dodgy. I went first, I believe. If I check back, yeah, I went first. There was nothing I could do on the first turn. I just leveled Onikiri, tried to get the Oni slashes. The only cards I really have is Cleave and Moonalure, and I can at least maybe use Moonalure. I prefer to use it when I have Twilight on already, so I can use it as a nice little free draw too. However, there are times when duty calls, and I kind of have to just play it because there's not much else I have to do. I have to cycle my deck somehow. Very limited ways I can do that. I'm here thinking, how do I, because I don't have any cards I can play, so I have to do something. So I can't remember if I end up going with Emasubi here to try and at least shuffle some Emasubi cards into my deck. And I believe I end up using my Cleave here. I really shouldn't have, but I believe I do, if I'm not mistaken. I tried to get Tomato dead, and I have Mustache Lash on, so I can at least maybe trade in some way, shape, or form. When I have to block next turn, or when he attacks me next turn. I chose Emasubi over Oitsuki because I could have played the Moonalure, but I wanted to get Emasubi rolling, get the healing shuffling in. Oh, okay, apparently I don't cleave this turn, apparently I cleave next turn. Or maybe I don't even do that at all, I can't remember. No, yeah. No, I'm 90% sure I end up cleaving the doggo. Yeah, so he had to use both his orbs to, play this. Oh no, whatever. Anyway, so I end up leveling Oitsuki here, getting a draw 2. I believe I put my Evolve back on top, or one of the Lunar Eclipses. Yeah, Evolve. I put my Evolve back on top, so I can get Twilight next turn, and I end up cleaving this turn. I thought it was last turn, it was this turn. However, that does proc on a Konshiani, so kind of taking the L on that one. He attacks me with the Kyonsho Toto here, I believe, so I get a nice bit of chip damage onto him. So yeah, as you can see, the vulnerable makes him take more damage the more times he is damaged. So all I had to do was hit him a little bit, just tickle him a little bit, and he would die. Obviously until his turn. And my thought process here is I had two choices. I could either go for the Sakura evolve into the Gorgeous Dance, so I could maybe just try and chip his units down whenever he attacked. Obviously he's playing Momo, so the chance of that, I mean actually successfully chipping them down without him healing them every turn is very low. But I thought I had to do what I had to do there. And I went for the Evolved Sakura to try and set up future. So I didn't have to do it in the future if I lasted that long. There was a call here to level up Oitsuki, try and get the Evolve, and so I can have Lunar Eclipse ready, so he can't, like, there's less he can do in the next turn or so I can maybe survive a little bit easier. And there was also a call here to just Traveler, try and get a new draw, try and heal a little bit. But I think I think this was the best play. The Evolved Sakura into Gorgeous Dance. Maybe it could have evolved into Lunar Eclipse. I don't know. But I think this was the best play I could have made at this point. I just evolved Sakura. I played the Gorgeous Dance. I end my turn. So at this point, I'm hoping that he just sort of... Yeah, he gets the free slow-witted attack from Kyonshiani. Which I can't really do much about. I'm taking 6 damage. And he plays the Abundance. The real play here... Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how this works. Either way, he recovers 3 health on the Ototo, and it becomes my turn. So I draw the Flower Cloud Oath. So I think maybe I can like revive my Onigiri this turn. I'm looking at the Traveler. I'm thinking maybe I should go for Emasubi. I end up going with Oitsuki. I end up evolving Oitsuki. So I end up playing the Flower Cloud Oath. I end up getting the revive onto Onigiri, which is what I wanted. I end up healing for maybe 4 HP there, maybe 2. Either way, the healing was necessary, and I'm in a position, because my Lunar Eclipses have fast now, I'm in a position to get that for this turn, so I can maybe stop him from playing something, which I believe ends up happening. One of my Lunar Eclipses triggers, and he just summons Tomato into the combat zone, and he ends up not doing much with it, because I made him unable to. I think the... Yeah, okay. So that wouldn't have changed anything. Either way, I end up playing the Traveler, I believe. Oh no, wait, do I just... Really? Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Oh no, okay, that was it. Yes, yeah, apparently I'm in a better state of mind then than I was now. So I attack with Sakura, and then I end up playing the Traveler to try and at least, like, if I can get a heal onto Sakura, that's good. It didn't happen. I ended up drawing a Emasubi card, but then he gets the free attack with Kyonshi Ani, and I'm kind of... Well, it's not that good of a spot. And then he goes for the slow-witted, and I draw the Flickering Shadows, which is a really good draw. And then I end up evolving Emasubi to try and like cycle more healing in. And I end up shuffling some pretty bad shuffles, if I'm being completely honest. I like the Oitsuki field card. Probably should have stayed in. However, the Flickering Shadows was what I shuffled in that I was most apprehensive about. However, I end up redrawing it, which by complete coincidence. So I was debating whether to play Blessed Encounter or Flickering Shadows here. I end up going for Flickering Shadows. Oitsuki regains Twilight so I can get another Lunar Eclipse next turn. And I want to at least like try and A, not take damage next turn, and B, just try and prevent him from attacking me if I have to. He gets some heals off with Momo, and I'm kind of... I realise that I do at least trade for Kyonshi Toto if he goes for the attack, because the weakness he gets means that my second strike does enough damage to kill him, which is good news. Oh, apparently I didn't draw a... Apparently I didn't get Twilight on Oitsuki. Okay, well, anyway. So I end up healing 4 off the Traveller draw, and I have Blessed Encounter now. I'm kind of feeling good. I end up going for Blessed Encounter into Traveller, I believe, so that I can hope to revive Sakura or Onikiri. I end up reviving Onikiri. I get the Flickering Shadows. And I end up reviving Sakura here too. And I'm getting a lot of value off of the Blessed Encounter because she's evolved, so it triggers twice instead of +1/+1, they're getting +2/+2. And I end up trading for the Kyonshiani here, which is really good. So it's he ends up taking his turn, and I believe he plays the Coffin card here, which revives them at the start of his next turn, which is kind of annoying, but there's worse. Yeah. So he turns them... He plays the Coffin card here. But I do end up drawing Avenging Blade, which is really nice, because A, it's a revive on Onikiri for free, and B, it means I can defend a little bit easier against the shit that he pulls. I'm debating going for the Blossom Snow here, but I realise it won't do enough to kill. So I just go for the Avenging Blade. I don't believe I end up going for Blossom Snow. I just go for Dancer's Spring, just because it's... I think I go for... Maybe I just end. I can't tell. There's a play to... I should have really played Dance of Spring here, but I think I ended because I wanted to get the Lunar Eclipse. I think I just wanted to get the Lunar Eclipse in the hope that maybe he would... in the hope that maybe he would like try to play a form, which he does, I believe. Yep. And then I prove once and for all that I am the best player of this game. Why? Because I drew a card. Check out this top deck. Check out this top deck. I get the Whirling Dance. I get the Whirling Dance on Sakura. And I'm so gassed. Because guess who's now dead? He put that effort into the Kyonshiani. Well, no more Kyonshiani for you, my friend. And then it doesn't really matter what he plays, because now Onikiri can activate from the standby zone. So I can trade even with whatever he attacks me with. It's great. So he goes for the revive in the end onto the Kyonshiani, but he plays another form. Don't know why he does that. When, like, come on, bro. You come on, boy. Like, I don't understand his thought process here, because he saw what just happened, right? He should know that the same thing is just going to happen again. So immediately, oh, I have 10 attack now. Would you look at that? I drew another Emasubi and I'm back to 30 health. But guess what? Kyonshiani's dead again. What do you do? What do you do? This card's kind of good. Who would have thought? This card's kind of, it's pretty good, I'd say. Just a little bit. So he gives us the little tomato here, but that triggers Onikiri, and I get the kill. Don't let the tomato deal damage to me, and I believe he either ends his turn or he gives a little swing. I can't remember which. Unless he evolves... No, yeah, he gives me a little swing with Kyonshi Ototo, and he trades for my Onikiri, which is kind of sad, but oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Another Onikiri draw with Emasubi. So, you know, this card's insane. This card is so good. It's ridiculous how good this card is. You get a free divination one at the start of turn, so you can be like you can choose what you draw, pretty much. It's kind of nuts. So not only do you divine, and you get a revive, and you get +1/+1 on the Shikigami, and you get a heal 2 from the Emasubi itself. Because it's evolved, it's not +1/+1 anymore, it's +2/+2, and it's heal 4. This card is ridiculously good. So, guess who's back? Back again, because I drew another of his cards. I drew another Onikiri card, so because, I drew Onikiri card, Onikiri gets revived, and Onikiri gets +2/+2. Who would have thought? Who would have thought this card's kind of good? So, and even better, it's Evolve Onikiri, so I now have Fatal. I only have 10 cards left in my deck, which is kind of a problem, but I can win this game in 10 turns very easily. So I choose Cleave. I don't have Mustache Slash, though. And I forget about this. So I attack with him, thinking, hey, I have Mustache Slash, I'm good. And then I realise that I don't. So I just have to hope that he doesn't realise that I don't, and he doesn't kill Onikiri this turn. Because if he does kill Onikiri this turn, instead he goes to evolve Kyonshi Imoto. He goes for he becomes the dog. And he sadly gets the kill onto Onikiri. Which is really annoying, but sadly, However, then he plays the Resurrection. And I'm nutting, I'm creaming myself right now. I'm creaming myself. Because the coffins have 3 health. But his doggo has 2 health. But this little cheeky card here deals 2 damage, and when it kills a unit, it repeats the effect. So that's 4 damage. So I'm creaming myself right now, like, yes, I get the Blossom Snow. Oh, would you look at that? I draw another Onikiri card. So guess who gets revived? Guess who gets +2/+2? This is so ridiculous. So yeah, I played with Blossom Snow, deal 2 damage, unit gets killed, another 2 damage. So his coffins are gone, so he can't actually get the revive anymore, because, coffin's dead. And then heal 3 to all my units, and I said, you know what, which board wipe, right? So I go for the attack onto the Momo with the Sakura, go for the board wipe, his entire board is gone. I was like, you know what, I'll get some damage in. Get some damage in, use one of my cleaves now. Probably not a good idea, but you know what, we move. And then, I can't remember what he does here, but he plays a cheeky little card called I've Had Enough. So he revives Kyonshi Imoto, and lo and behold, gets the kill onto Onikiri again. 3 damage from the effect, really sad. And he gets 7 damage onto me. Another 3 damage. But you know what I have? I have this cheeky little card here. So I can get another free attack. I'm like, you know what? I'm moving it to the bottom. Trying to revive Onikiri. I don't get the revive onto Onikiri, but I do get Be Together. Which is another insanely good card. You shuffle 3 cards in, draw 3. But wait, what's this that happens when I draw my cards? Oh, would you look at that? I drew an Onikiri card. Oh, so guess who gets revived? +2/+2. He's back. He's back. He's come to say hi again. Sakura is now 12-16. He's never killing this. Oh, but guess who's 6-11? I just attack with Sakura, get the kill. And this is the best moment of my career. Because from the what's the card called? From the Be Together with the draw 3, I drew this little cheeky card called Moon Never Full. And what this little card does, essentially it cancels out a revive. So defeat all unit, if you don't know yet, defeat all units that had already been defeated by the start of the previous turn, and revive all units that had not been defeated by the start of the previous turn. So it's essentially, if a unit gets revived during your opponent's turn, you can play this card on your turn, and they'll go back to, and they'll be re-defeated. And this might have been the best draw of my life. Oh, I can't, words cannot express how good this play felt. He played a card called Revival Plus. So, whereas usually cards can't be played when the matching unit is dead, but this card can be played when Momo is dead. Momo is dead, but this card could be played when Momo is dead, and it revives all of your units. So you can see where this is going. So he revives all of his units. That's pretty good. Yeah, you know what? That's kind of nuts. And he gets a free little turn. He can attack me, 8 damage. But then my turn. I'm just like, I don't care about what I'm drawing. I just want to get this done with. I play Moon Never Full. His entire board dies. His entire board is dead again. I think he just forfeits after this. I don't think he needs to. He can just forfeit. I could just plead Cleave. I'm just BMing. I could have played Cleave there and won the game, but I'm just BMing, and he forfeits. Oh, that's the best play ever. I can't. That's so stupid. Oh my god. That's the greatest play of my life. Career-defining moment right there. I'm never topping that. I'm never topping that again. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.